This is Larry with ManCave Mayhem. Today we are working on the Econoline. We got it cleaned out. Hey, just take it inside. Andrew, what are we doing? Are we gonna pull that Econoline out and get the engine in it today?
Hopefully.
Is that what we're doing?
We're gonna try to.
Well, we're gonna use this little Trail 110 to pull out the Econoline. See if it'll pull it out. I got it in low gear, so we'll see what happens here. We're just trying to make things easier and more complicated at the same time, right, Andrew?
Yeah. Yep. It's pulling it.
That didn't work.
Yeah, it did.
You got us there a little bit. I'm holding it.
There's stuff. Or we leave it there.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
Leave it there. Sure. Here.
Well, it kind of worked. We were giving it a shot anyhow. So, who knows? I don't want to burn up my little bike, but these things are pretty bulletproof. And they do a good job at towing when you have them in low gear. So, we're getting ready to work on this van. We got the motor sitting back in the back of the garage there. I don't know if you can see that, but we are ready to get things going here. Did you chock her?
Yeah.
All right. The bike's off, it's unhooked. And we're gonna get going on this project. So we're back to working on this 1964 Ford Econoline van. You can see, got the engine compartment all opened up. I took all the crap out of it. We pressure washed the inside of it. Now we kind of got it moved sideways on the driveway here, but we've got a brand new motor that we want to put in this thing. And I've been putting it off for quite some time. So I figured I'd do a video on this and try and get things going. So we'll start getting things rolling on this and show you where we are with this thing when it's all said and done. I recruited Andrew's help, so we're gonna open up all the doors and get this thing ready to rock and roll. It's got a little 6-cylinder engine that we rebuilt. Hopefully it'll work good, but this will be a good, what do we think? Home Depot van, right?
Yep.
And maybe a little surf van. So we'll keep you posted. That's all. Engine out of hibernation, and we're gonna go ahead and get ready. We got to pull it off the stand first, and we got to put the flywheel and clutch on it and pressure plate, and then we're gonna drop this baby inside the van. But this is a brand new motor. It's been re-sleeved. It's been bored to stock piston size, and we're hoping that we'll be ready to go on this thing. So that's all for now. We're gonna keep going and probably try and do a little more details on this. We do need to put the plugs in it and get it protected too. So all right, we got the plugs in. As you can see, we got the Autolite 46 plugs gapped at 0.34 inches, I guess is what they said. We're gonna throw this cover on because we don't want any dust getting on it. We haven't really put any oil in the motor or anything. We just, like I said, we want to get the rear flywheel on and the clutch and the pressure plate. Then we're gonna drop this baby in the van and start looking at the transmission and seeing what we need to get that all hooked up. Right, Andrew?
Yes, sir.
Andrew's working hard.
It's almost lunchtime.
It's almost lunchtime. He's motivated by one thing and one thing only, and that's food in his mouth. Doesn't matter if the coronavirus is here or not. He just wants to feed that frickin' machine right there.
We need to talk about future videos.
And that takes a lot to feed that machine. Also, hey, we do want to talk about future videos. Andrew just bought himself a Ford Ranger. So we're going to do a comparison soon here on the Ford and the Toyota Tacoma. Since I have a Toyota Tacoma and he's got himself a Ford Ranger sitting out there, we are going to do a video on that. So stay tuned for that. Hey, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you push that button down there and push the bell so you can get alerts when we post new videos. Right, Andrew?
Yes, sir.
Andrew, are you okay?
I'm fine.
All right. We're going to keep you informed here. Here we go. All right. Well, we got the motor off the stand. Now I had to put the cam plug in. So the cam plug's in, and we're getting some things painted. We got the core supports, or the actual, these two arms back in the van. We painted those, and those are what are going to, those are where the engine mount to. And so I guess that would be the engine core supports. And I'm painting this back plate here, and we're going to go to lunch, and after lunch we're going to go ahead and put the flywheel and all the other goodies on so we can put this motor in the van. Right, Andrew? All right, we get the flywheel on. Got that going. Andrew's figuring things out for the motor mounts. And now I'm going to go ahead and put the pressure plate and clutch on there. We'll get that on there, and we should be loading this engine pretty soon. All right, we got the clutch and flywheel, pressure plate on.
Oil filter.
Oil filter's on. What do you think, Andrew? We're gonna run her in here.
I'm ready to go home.
He's ready to go home, but we're gonna put this thing in. So stand by to stand by. Here we got the transmission in too now. So here's a view kind of what we did. This thing hangs on a little tiny rubber mount there. So the back end of the transmission, it's a pretty small transmission. It's a 3-speed manual, 3 on the tree, but you can see the linkage right here hanging that I need to hook up still. And that'll go to that one, and this one will go to that. And then you have your clutch linkage right here that goes there. But we're getting it done, finally. So anyhow, that's all. I also have my big helper here. My cool helper, she's working it for me. What do you got on your face? What is that?
I have stuff on my face.
Well, we've got the engine and trans completely in, old Betsy. So we're adding things as we go here, but we should have it all squared away. You can see she's all cleaned out and looking good. Again, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and just remember, I'm just a man in a cave causing mayhem. Thanks again for watching.